I'd hidden it from her. I'd even lied to her about it.
The people you're about to see next are heroes of a different kind, right? 2 weeks ago, you suffered a heart attack
I did.
that kills 8 in 10 people.
It does.
And we are so lucky and so thankful to still have you here, Sam.
Don't you get emotional about this? We moved on. That was so 2 weeks ago.
I don't. You know me. I'm pregnant and I still don't get very emotional.
Here's my pen.
But Sam, we did. We did nearly lose you. And what we wanted to do this morning, right here, right now, was introduce you, or should I say reintroduce you, to 2 people who saved your life. They're walking through the studio doors right now.
Benny did not?
No.
It's the boys.
Josh and Rick, the paramedics who saved your life.
Hello, mate. How are you, brother? Oh.
Long hugs.
Lads.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, this is much better than Chris Hemsworth.
I told you. I told
hands
you.
off. Thank you, guy. Wow. Look, I got my cigarette and a spray can still.
Oh, good job.
Wow, boys. What a night. What a job. And this is a bit overwhelming, I'll be honest with you. Wow. Can I say thank you? I know we've done little bits and pieces online, but and we did our video, which went off, by the way, our viral video for Insta Live. But can I say, and I've said it once before, and I cannot say it enough, you guys, the job you do, just remarkable. Just remarkable. From the minute you arrived at our house to the moment the discharge nurses at SCU do what they do, we are so bloody lucky to have the services here on the coast that we have. Starting with you. And I remember Josh and, was it Rick?
That's Rick.
Rick.
David, my partner.
Dave.
Yeah.
Josh and Dave there. And I remember standing in the driveway, buckled up, with my wife and daughter out the front, a bit stressed. And then you arrived in your little car. And there was this tone of seriousness about you the whole time, but there was definitely an element of, oh, this got real. Once, was it the ECG got read?
Yeah.
And then it was like all action going and lots of questions, and then someone was trying to shave me, and that was a bit creepy. I'm going to be honest.
I did hear about that.
That was weird.
Now,
That was a bit weird.
guys, when something like this happens, you rock up to someone's house who is suffering a heart attack. Obviously, like you're saying, there's so many tests that you have to run. What was going through your mind when you rocked up at Sam's house and you thought, oh, geez, was this bad? Was it something that you've seen similar before? Did you think he was going to get through? Were you worried about him?
Oh, of course. We're always worried when we have any kind of presentation like Sam. Like when we first saw him, he looked very unwell, very pale, very grey, very short of breath. So, yeah, absolutely that rings a lot of alarm bells and some red flags for us. So, yeah, we definitely had major concerns to start off with.
Now, when you guys rocked up, you also had to ask some pretty hard-hitting questions, I believe. And if you don't mind,
not at
because
all.
was Sam smoking, which he was not telling his daughter, but you asked, and she was standing there when you asked, "Is he smoking?"
I'd hidden it from her. I'd even lied to her about it.
Oh, no.
So you asked me directly.
Sorry, Sam.
No way. Yeah, you bastards. Guys, awkward. But yeah, in that moment, my 14-year-old daughter's standing as far apart as we are, and you're asking, do you smoke? And if you do, how much? It was tough. Tough.
So, guys, thank you so much for helping our mate Sam get through those first initial stages, because something like that for us, like you were saying, 8 in 10 people die from this type of heart attack that you suffered. And
Did you know that at the time?
Yes, we did, yeah.
yeah, so I think one of the big things here for us is we wanted to say thank you for giving our mate Sammy back to us because things were pretty close. Things were very tight, and the response time that you guys had. Can I also say, though, we heard the news when we first woke up, right? Coming into work. And we weren't saying anything on air, of course. That's your space to be able to say that. I jumped on Instagram about 10 minutes before the show aired, and I saw your video that you had posted saying, guys, I'm having a heart attack. And I'm going to say the paramedics didn't look too impressed.
No. Okay.
What was running through your mind when something like that happens? Did you feel like he was taking it serious enough?
Oh, I mean, we see all manner of people, and everyone has their own different coping mechanisms, I think. So obviously Sam's a very funny guy, and so humour is probably a pretty apt coping mechanism. But no, we're totally happy, for that.
We go to a lot of very critically unwell patients, Josh and I, and out of all the critically ill patients we've been to, none of them have talked as much as Sam. I was quite impressed.
That doesn't surprise me one little bit.
Nervous because you're pooping yourself in the environment. You're like, "Ooh, what's going on?" And then I think these guys, the level of professionalism is just so significant. And it makes it serious. And I think the more serious something is, the less serious I want to be. If that makes sense. And so these guys are like, do you realize this? I'm going to read you a statement and you're going to say this. You are having a heart attack. There is no possible way you're unclear as to what's going on. Then this is going to happen. Then you're going to meet the wizard. He does an angiogram. It's cool as hell. We're going to buff you and restuff you with straw and make you look fantastic and all this sort of stuff. And then it's just this process that is so slick. And everybody on their process from beginning to end is so professional that you kind of feel safe. You're having a heart attack, so I could dick around and tell jokes because these guys have got everything else covered.
You trusted
we're
them.
Part of a good system.
Yeah.
We do our part. We hand over to the hospital. They do their part. Everything runs really well.
It's a well-oiled machine, yeah.
Can I say, even down to, I remember hearing you say, I'll leave the car here, I'll lock the car, click, click, and just the whole process around everything that you do was so slick. We're very lucky, and thank you once again.
Yep.
Can I get these guys to give us a message too, though? Because I know I've said the stop smoking thing is obviously massive. Be quick on your response time. If you feel like if you're having a heart attack, you're better off calling these guys and finding out you're not than waiting an hour like I did, being an idiot.
Well, this almost happened again this morning. There was a scare we had this morning here at about 7:00 this morning, and you were feeling a bit funny, and you said, "I think it might be just indigestion."
Yep, which is what I've said twice before.
Exactly, and so we looked at the time and we thought, okay, we give it 5, and then you've got your little spray there that we have to spray under your tongue, which then opens up your arteries like a big floodgate.
Yep.
And this is what was used that night of your heart attack, I believe. Yeah.
It was one of the things. Yep.
Okay, and so we sort of ran through that even before, and you let out a big burp, and everything was okay.
Yeah, avocado. Avocado.
It's not agreeing with you right at the moment, man. But again, it's those types of things now that you really take seriously because you've been now there before, and you don't want to be one of those statistics.
Well, Dean Jones, obviously just broke your heart, 59, similar situation. And after speaking with the cardio guys in a heart attack that was significantly less powerful in some respects to the one I had. So it reinforces the fact I got lucky.
Yeah.
Very lucky. And so you look at Dino and things like that and go, wow, how quick it can all just change.
Yeah.
But again, those lessons behind lifestyle, healthy eating, but speed to calling the ambos, stop smoking, and regular visits to a doctor, to look at things like blood pressure and da-da. But what else? What else should people be doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, especially in your case, Sam, I mean, age doesn't necessarily mean that you're exempt from having heart attacks. So that's another thing to focus on. A lot of patients we do go to with the younger demographic that do have heart attacks often think, as you said, could be indigestion, could be something else. But any kind of chest pain, you've got to take very seriously.
All right. Any parting words, Sam?
Thanks again, boys. Honestly, it's something I think we're very lucky and I maybe take for granted here on the Sunshine Coast that we have this end-to-end service from you guys at the paramedics level all the way through to, as I said, the discharge nurses who are sick to death of me by the time they're happy to see me go. In fact, I don't think I was right to go. They just said, piss off, mate. Get out the door. But no, it's seriously, all gags aside, it is an incredible service that we have here on the coast, and the level of professionalism from you guys through to the end was something that I think we all need to be very grateful of, and just keep in our minds when it comes to fundraising initiatives and things like that. Maybe we start a little bit more at home. Yeah. Because the local services here on the coast are second to none.
Well, Josh and
I owe my life to
you. Absolutely. You do. Yeah, absolutely. We're very thankful to have you still here with us, Sammy. And I know I keep saying that But Josh and Rick, thank
We
you
were about
so
to go
much.
on maternity leave, so
Yeah,
someone
you know,
has to
someone
stay
had to
here.
fill in. And do you know what? I was
It's
trying to
weird.
finish that on a nice note, but
Sorry.
again, this is the humour, right? This is what we're talking about. Josh, Rick, thank you so much for coming in
You're welcome.
and making this happen for us today, because we thought it was really, really important for you guys to be able to have a little reunion and touch base after everything that had gone on. So thank you once again. You guys are absolute
Thanks, mate.
superheroes.
Thanks, heaps.
No worries. Thanks.
Thanks, boys.
No worries.
Thanks, heaps, brother.
Today